Hello? Hello, everyone. I'm back.
Yes, I'm back after I very gracefully and very wisely lost all my progress to become monetized. But anyways, back just in time to talk about Death Stranding before the sequel comes out, and make use of that algorithm boost the phrase Death Stranding is getting. This will age terribly if my views are low, and they will be given the fact I haven't posted a thing in such a long time. But anyways, Death Stranding, a game so weird even the main actor has no idea what in the chiral hell is going on.
Pick up the baby doll and cry. And you're like, what about? And he's like, and you cry because the strand of the you're like, I don't know what any of that means. I'm very sorry. I trust you, but I don't know what that means.
I know this was long ago, but remember we're talking about a game that was announced with a butt-ass naked guy with an umbilical cord waking up on a beach among stranded crabs and whales, who holds a baby that suddenly turns into freaking muddy handprints. Then the guy cries because there are 5 whatever the hell they are floating in the sky. I can't blame you, Norman. And surprisingly enough, the release was just as weird as the game itself. It was so hated when it first came out. Kojima himself said that 4 out of 10 testers liked it, and he's pissed because more testers actually liked this sequel. I don't even know, man. But look at Death Stranding now. People love it. What changed? Nothing major. Not even a DLC or an overhaul or anything. People just took their sweet time realizing Kojima is not making another Metal Gear-like and instead built the best delivery simulator ever. Not that the competition is so hot. This game... This is almost all you do in it. Walk. A step most games just add fast travel to skip, and it's not even smooth. You just have to haul massive amounts of cargo with different requirements like don't submerge in water or don't let the container be damaged or whatever. I finished it twice and I want to play it again. And I'm barely holding myself back just because I'm waiting for the sequel. At first glance, the game sounds boring as hell. True. Yet Kojima somehow crafted an experience that completely contradicts anything players are used to. This is a game where both stealth and combat are mostly side activities you can completely avoid for hours. If there's one thing in common between Death Stranding and Metal Gear Solid 5, it's how crucial planning ahead is. In Metal Gear, you monitor enemy locations and patterns to try to slip through undetected. You think of a way out before going in. You plant a C4 at a distant place to cause a distraction. It is a game that requires you to make a solid plan in order to succeed. And in a sense, Death Stranding is too. Except it's not really about enemy placement, mostly. It's about the terrain. In this clip, for example, I'm carrying a tower of cargo and movement is a bit difficult. And as you can see, I'm walking on such a sucky piece of land. Is this bad planning?
No, it was not a mistake. It was not a mistake.
Absolutely not. I decided I stood a better chance climbing a mountain than sneaking through an enemy camp or worse, fight my way through. Speaking of the cargo I'm carrying, surprise, it's for 3 different deliveries I'm handling simultaneously. And the entire gameplay recording in this video you see is from the same mission I decided to put together myself, setting a route that passes by 3 stations, dropping cargo at each one of them. One of these 3 deliveries I'm making is actually a timed delivery, which makes the mountain route I'm taking far from perfect either, simply because, as you can see, it's slowing me down, and I'm risking tripping down as well and ruining all my cargo. I'm surprised I thought of that before I thought of, well, you know, my life. On the other hand, taking the enemy camp route may have been faster if I somehow managed to slip through undetected. But I'd still be risking having my cargo stolen, which would still cost me a hell of a lot more time trying to recover and deliver during the time limit. This adds a different flavor to the combat because combat in Death Stranding is used primarily for self-defense. Your main concern being to take care of your cargo and making it through in one piece. It never really is about defeating anyone. In fact, it's more about keeping everyone alive and resorting to non-lethal methods in order to not end up creating more BTs. However, what I'm doing right now is easily the most stupid thing one can do in the game. I'm heading up a steep hill to deliberately visit a mule camp. So why the hell am I doing that? I want to record some combat gameplay. I did, however, deliberately go out of my way to infiltrate a mule camp once though, and it was one of the most fun things I've done in over 100 hours of gameplay. Why the hell would I do that for? You see, my cargo container was heavily damaged. Rain was falling down, making matters even worse, and on top of all of that, I had no repair spray on me. So I snuck in carefully, stored repair spray, used it inside their tent to shelter myself from the rain, and kept going on my mission. And even though the action itself is very simple, this was 100% my idea. I simply found myself in a tough situation, I checked my surroundings for a solution, with absolutely no guidance from the game. You see, Death Stranding gives you the problem along with the freedom to come up with your own solution. And this kind of risk calculation and careful execution is what makes Death Stranding's moment-to-moment gameplay so fun. Along with the absolutely fantastic scenery, smooth detailed animations, lure reacting to cool things you do, and of course, freaking lore. The soundtrack in this game is just something else, and especially those slow-roar songs. While other artists have participated wonderfully with songs like A Silence for the Feeling by Silent Poets, Low-Roar's work shines brightest with a whopping 20 tracks. Every time you're walking around and Ryan's voice, may his soul rest in peace, joins you, I don't even know how to describe the feeling. It's truly extraordinary, and it never ever gets old. A little note on the side, Low-Roar is currently my favorite band, and it has been for the last couple of years. I do recommend checking out the rest of their work, licensed in Death Stranding or not. One thing I absolutely love is how the community cooperates and make things easier for one another. Even though you don't ever see other players, you see their participation and they see yours.
Hello!
For example, I haven't played this game for a couple of months and booted it up. Booted it up. Why do I write such tongue twisters in my script? I started the game, I played the game, I started a new session in the game to record some gameplay for this video, and I found myself receiving almost 10,000 likes for things I've built and contributions I've made, even though my profile wasn't touched for months. Ladders I placed, materials I donated, bridges we built, roads we paved, they all kept helping others long after I was gone. And in return, the bike you see is not even mine. Someone left it in the shared garage. This goes for bridges, ladders, and this wonderfully placed zipline. Yeah, but to be honest, I'm actually headed the other way around. I just wanted Lou to have some fun. While the main focus of this video is on gameplay, a quick spoiler-free word about the story though. Even though it's damn good and, well, unique sure is an interesting way to describe it, one issue I've had with it is the fact that everything gets revealed in long cutscenes near the end of the game. I would have preferred all this information to be distributed a little more evenly, with better cutscene to gameplay balance. So I certainly hope this will be considered in the sequel, but to be honest, I really don't expect that to change since this is how Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4 were too. Anyways, Death Stranding 2 comes out for the PS5 in a few days, hopefully for PC and Xbox not long after, so hopefully I'll get to make a video or two about that as well once I play it. But for now, let me just focus on that Expedition 33 thing I'm working on. I absolutely hated the outro of my previous videos though. I really don't know why this Spanish course closure sounded like a good idea back then, but since I haven't thought up anything good yet,